So it seems to me that the brains that we have, the two brains, are inadequate for the size of the floor that we have now. So you've replaced one of the brains. I'd like to send the other two brains back to you and get one more brain so that I have two brains again, because we plan on expanding the dance floor into two separate dance floors as we buy more panels and more edges. So that's why we bought two brains and two power boxes in the beginning. So I'm going to show you that now just real quick here on our table. As you see, we have the two brains.
And both these chips have were the software that you provided us in an email saying that the one that was designed in this chip itself
16 by 16.
would not run our big floor, so we added the new one into these SD cards.
So there's our two brains in our other power mode. Obviously the other one's down there being used right now. So these 16 by 16 panel floors is probably my problem. So I'd like to send these back to you and replace it with one more of the new, if that's okay. But it looks like you've solved the problem, Alan.
And I'm going to test real quick the different macro settings, if I can ever get her to turn on with this program. Okay, so strobing red. So I'm going to turn the strobe off so it should be solid red. Okay, so there's my on light. I'm going to dim it off and black out and just run as one macro, a couple different macros at a time, and see what macro each does.
So now both halves are acting as one. This macro is going back and forth
In like a starlight mode pattern. So now I'm going to select just a random different macro and see if we stay in unison. So right here on the far edge, it seems
It's kind of building across the floor from all four corners, working into the center and back out. Kind of a cool effect.
all right. Moving on to the next.
Now it's kind of a sporadic macro that's kind of doing its own thing in little quadrants. Okay, I'm going to end the video here. Seems to me that the brain was definitely the issue. Again, I would like to send the two brains back to you and get one more to replace the second brain that I own. And then we'll keep buying more panels and more edges and continue to grow our LED dance floor.
Oh, and real quick before we end this setup, I know you probably already know, but this setup is a... Where is the page? There we go. So this setup that we just did, I've done it both ways, the way that you've showed on your YouTube video and the way that you saw us do it today. So we have 4 power edges here, and this is a 14 by 14 unit with the 4 power edges and then 2 per each panel, just so if that helps at all or makes any awareness.
So 14 by 14, 64 panels. All right, thank you. I'll be uploading this to YouTube and sending it over to you.